many African villages, there is a rule older than memory itself. Never disturb the dead, not because the dead can speak, but because they remember. Elders say the grave is not silence, it is a door. Once that door is disrespected, something always walks out. This is the story of a man who forgot that rule. A man who believed the dead were powerless. His name was Kato. Kato lived on the edge of the village, in a small mud house with cracked walls and a leaking roof. He was 35 years old, thin, tired, and bitter. Each morning, he watched other men leave for work. Each evening, he returned with empty hands. Hunger followed him like a shadow. Pride burned inside him like fire. He believed the world owed him something. And if the living would not give, then the dead would. Kato had noticed something others ignored. When people were buried, they were buried with rings, beads, and charms. Objects meant for the next life. Objects no one ever checked again. The first night, Kato waited for darkness to settle. The moon was full. The village slept. With a small sack and trembling hands, he walked toward the graveyard. The air was cold, too quiet. He chose a fresh grave. As he dug, his heart pounded, not from fear, but excitement. Soon his fingers touched beads. Gold, cold, silent. He laughed softly to himself. That night, he returned home richer than before. Nothing happened. One night became two. Two became many. Kato grew bold. He stopped whispering, stopped looking behind him. He began to dig faster, deeper. The sack grew heavier, but so did the air around him. Strange dreams began to visit him. Dreams of hands reaching from the soil, dreams of voices calling his name. Kato ignored them. Greed is loud, warnings are quiet. One night as he walked home, he heard something. Footsteps, slow, heavy. He stopped. They stopped. He walked again. They followed. Kato turned around. The road was empty. No one. He laughed nervously and hurried home. But when he reached his door, he noticed something that made his blood run cold. Muddy footprints. Not his. Behind him. Inside his house, Kato opened his sack. The beads were there. The rings too. But they were wet. Not with water, with blood. Fresh. Warm. The smell filled the room. Kato dropped the sack and screamed. That night, sleep refused to come. And when it finally did, something knocked. Not on the door, from inside the walls. Near midnight, the wind stopped. Silence swallowed the house. Then, the door opened by itself, slowly. No sound, no footsteps. Kato pulled his blanket over his head, shaking. The room grew cold, colder than the grave. He felt something standing beside his bed, breathing, not alive, not dead, just waiting. At sunrise, villagers found Kato's door wide open. Inside, his house was untouched, but on the floor, muddy footprints. They led from the door to his bed and stopped. Kato was never seen again. No body, no scream. Only his sack remained, empty. Elders say the dead came to collect what was never meant for the living. Since then, no one steals from the graves, and children are warned, the dead may be silent, but they are never blind. Lesson: never steal from the dead. Some debts are paid after life. Thank you for watching.